So Conor McGregor is teasing that his fight with Michael Chandler will be happening at UFC 296 in December. Now, I don't know how legit this is. So I actually seen this screenshot before McGregor put it out, and I thought nothing of it. I thought, maybe it's just bullshit. Maybe somebody made it and it was fake. But McGregor putting this out has given it a lot more legitimacy. Obviously, McGregor could be trolling here, but I am interested to see. I remember him putting out a few weeks ago on Twitter. December's back on, so this is a weird coincidence if this isn't legit or if he's trolling. If he's trolling, then this is the fucking smartest ploy he's ever done. But I'm leaning towards this. I'm leaning towards there being maybe talks of this fight happening in December, but I don't know how official this is or confirmed it is yet, though. But I mean, fucking McGregor's just essentially said, fuck USADA, because yeah, I don't think I ever seen that he entered the USADA pool, so McGregor's just bypassed USADA essentially, I guess. But I don't really care, to be honest. It's really, if we're being honest, does anyone really care if McGregor bypasses USADA? Like, I think we all just want to see this fight. I'd rather see this fight than have to wait for fucking another 6 months or something to see McGregor fight. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm a minority in this, but I just want to see McGregor fight, especially against Chandler. I don't want it to end up being like a Dustin quadrilogy or some shit. I want to see McGregor fight somebody fresh like Chandler, so hopefully this does happen. But yeah, what are they going to do though with Sean O'Malley wanting to fight in December, Alex Pereira versus Yuri Prohaska, Colby Covington versus Leon Edwards? Where are they going to fit all these title fights? Because as big of a star as McGregor is, they've never done a non-title fight for the main event over title fights. That just doesn't happen, and I don't think Dana's going to change it even for Conor McGregor. I know Sean O'Malley said that he would fight Chito Vera in co-main to McGregor, but I don't know. I don't see that happening. I'd be honestly shocked, especially because McGregor's going to do a guaranteed million buys. So I can't see the UFC wanting to go and put on some title fights as well. So I'm thinking that maybe we're going to get a Yuri Prohaska versus Alex Pereira on maybe a fight night main event. Honestly, neither are technically champions, so maybe they do that for a vacant belt on a fight night main event or something, because I don't know how they're going to fit all these title fights in. Because, there's talks about Colby Covington being refused to fight on the same card as John Jones, so that card, 295, is probably going to be down a title fight. So that's another title fight that probably won't happen this year unless they put it on a fight night or something. Unless McGregor is just bullshitting and they're actually going to do a free title fight card, because there's no way they'll do free title fights and Conor McGregor is the main event. That'd be 4-5 round fights. They've never done anything like that. Especially, they wouldn't need to do that with McGregor main eventing. The UFC are pretty content with making McGregor cards not the most stacked. I guess the Dustin Poirier versus McGregor free card was pretty stacked. I had Tai Tuivasa, Sean O'Malley, Ilia Topuria, Wonderboy versus Burns on the card and everything. But normally they don't really do McGregor cards the justice. They just say, well, here's McGregor, and then they have a fight night undercard normally. They did that with McGregor versus Cowboy. That card was so shit. It was literally a fight night prelims on the main card, and then just McGregor versus Cowboy. That was just a horrible card. For a pay-per-view, I mean, for pay-per-view standards. So I'd imagine that they'll probably do something similar like that. I can't imagine we're going to get a bunch of title fights on a McGregor card. Unless they're doing this for the fucking interim BMF belt. Actually, I probably shouldn't say that because they'll probably end up I'll probably end up willing that into existence, knowing the UFC. Because they would do something like that. They would do Conor McGregor versus Chandler for an interim BMF belt, winner fights Gaethje. I wouldn't put it past them. But yeah, I just like there's so many logistics. I think McGregor's still going to fight in January. I don't fully believe this. Maybe they are in talks, but I just see them. They always do McGregor fights in January. They don't normally end the year. They like to start years with McGregor fights. So I feel like we'll actually get McGregor in January, and then they'll December will be Alex Pereira versus Yuri Prohaska, Sean O'Malley versus, or actually no, probably Volkanovski versus Ilia Topuria for co-main, and then the feature fight will probably be Sean O'Malley versus Chito Vera. They'll probably do something like that because Volkanovski wants to get back in there, so January probably makes sense for him. They could maybe do Volkanovski versus Topuria for the November card since Colby versus Leon's apparently off that. So then maybe they could do Colby versus Leon for December. I don't know. It seems like they don't want to put all their eggs in one basket here. You know, they wouldn't do that many title. They wouldn't do like a McGregor main event and then a bunch of title fights. I just can't see that happening. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. That'd be sick. Like I would love that honestly, but I don't see that happening. Just like I don't know. Just yeah, definitely. Maybe people are being a bit too optimistic, thinking that they would put an undercard with title fights. I know Sean O'Malley did call for it, so maybe they could make that happen because Sean O'Malley's agreed to it. But I can't see them doing like 3 or 2 title fights. Maybe Sean O'Malley versus Chito Vera at most. Because there's no way McGregor would co-main to a Sean O'Malley card. Like, there's just no way. McGregor's always going to be a main event. Like, they could re-sign Diego Sanchez and actually make McGregor versus Sanchez, and that would still main event a pay-per-view because, like, you could do McGregor versus like a random broom and it'll be a main event. Like, there's just no way McGregor isn't the main event of a pay-per-view. So, yeah, I don't know. December, I reckon I'm gonna call that this doesn't happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is actually in talks. But I feel like January makes more sense for the McGregor main event return fight. But I don't know. What do I know? McGregor's teasing it, so. But that could just be that because that's what he wants. It seems like he really wants December, but the UFC always seem to not give McGregor the date he wants. He always ends up having to fight longer, so wait longer. Sorry, but I guess we'll see. But it'd be cool to see McGregor versus Chandler actually happen this year. But I have some doubts about it. But yeah, what do I know, man? Like I'm not involved in McGregor's camp or Chandler's camp, so I can't really speak too much on this. But just my gut's telling me McGregor versus Chandler January, and then we get Sean O'Malley, Chito Vera, Alexander Volkanovski versus Topuria, and Alex Pereira versus Yuri Prohaska all on one card. That's what I reckon. I reckon we'll get 3 title fights in December, and then we'll get McGregor in January. But yeah, I don't know. McGregor's teasing this, so this could actually be legit. But I've looked everywhere and I couldn't find where this screenshot originally came from. Like apparently it was first posted on Reddit, so I don't know. I guess we got to wait for Dana White to do one of those random fight announcement things he does on Instagram. I love when he does them, by the way. I'm hoping he does one soon because yeah, they're always hype as fuck when Dana White does them. It always makes the day more exciting, as sad as that sounds. But yeah, I guess we have to wait and see what happens. But I have my doubts that we're gonna get. I really do have my doubts that McGregor versus Chandler's happening in December. Like McGregor has done this stuff before. Like he always teases that he's got a fight and then nothing happens. Maybe he's just trying to keep his name in the headlines or something. But there is a chance, obviously. This video is just literally like 50-50, like thinking. I'm just thinking maybe there is, or maybe there's a chance, maybe there isn't a chance. Honestly, I think there is a chance, but I think it's a low one just because Dana White did say, like at a press conference, he said that more than likely McGregor Chandler will be next year. But Dana White is known for never sticking to his word, so I guess we'll find out soon. But I reckon it's 3 title fights in December and then McGregor versus Chandler in January. So yeah, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.